All right, welcome back to the Sayin Society. You have myself, Jochik, and Jagad. Justin couldn't be here. He's traveling the world. He's an extravagant guy. So
He took One Piece to heart.
yeah. He's like, let me find the One Piece. This is taking too long. No, yeah. So we've been on hiatus, I guess you could say, or break.
We had our Christmas break.
We've been having scheduling issues and stuff and whatnot. Technical difficulties. But we're back, and we're going to talk about everything that we've missed. So that means we're talking about 2 One Piece chapters, 2 Jujutsu Kaisen chapters, 2 Jujutsu Kaisen episodes.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to talk about My Hero and Black Clover as well.
A little bit.
Yeah. So starting off, we're doing One Piece chapter 1102.
Yep.
Yeah. And so this chapter was peak. This was a peak chapter. Just so much fire going on in the chapter.
Well, it's the whole ending of KUMA's backstory. Right?
Yeah. And we're getting kind of like how he became like the Tyrant King, and how like false propaganda was being spread about him, right, through Morgan and shit.
That was before, actually.
Oh, was that before?
No, that was before.
That was before.
No.
Okay.
This is when it's kind of the events of One Piece,
Right?
Current story.
Yeah, current story.
And KUMA's seeing like Luffy, like he first he sees Bonnie at the restaurant,
right?
And then he's like, yeah. So
he's like dipping, and that's what's sad, bro. He's there and he's like seeing her, but she's not seeing him, and he just like.
Yeah.
But no.
And then she puts the little jewelry piece on too, right?
Yeah.
I think that might have been the chapter before, but.
And he's like, yo, yeah. She's like, this. Maybe my dad will recognize me and stuff now, because now that she's aged herself. But no, this was like the first chapter. First of all, we got Ace. We got Ace in this chapter. Fucking fire, beautiful. And this is the first chapter since Alabasta that we got Ace and Zoro in the same chapter.
Sabo.
And was Sabo in the chapter too?
Yeah, bro.
Where was Sabo?
Exactly. He's in the same. What do you mean? He's in the same like the panel right next to the Ace.
Is he?
Yeah, because everyone's reacting to Luffy's bounty.
It's not the same panel. It's the next panel.
I just told you it was in panel next to it.
Oh, panel next to it? Okay, word. I didn't see that. I glossed over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but fire. Yeah, we talk about how, yeah. Anyways, Jimby, because he was talking to Jimby, wasn't he? He's like, oh, hey, Jimby, like, they found somebody to replace you. That's a good sign. Yeah, so then in terms of timeline, this was after Ace had fought Jimby. That means Jimby was already a warlord when Ace fought him, right?
Yeah. We already got that, though,
okay.
the chapter before.
Yeah. But then in this chapter, we get the confirmation that KUMA had lost his memories. Like, he was on autopilot when he protected the Straw Hat ship.
He didn't know.
Yeah, because he asked Vegapunk. He's like, hey, like, before you fully get rid of my memories.
No, he didn't lose his memories. They made a copy of his memories.
No, I know. But, like, his body that protected the Straw Hat ship. Because I remember prior to this, me and you had a discussion where we were saying, you're like, I was saying KUMA wasn't himself during the war. And you're like, no, he had to have been himself because he protected their ship.
That's what I said.
That's what you were saying. You were saying something along those lines.
I was saying that he had to have memory of his powers.
Yeah.
Like if he had access to his powers, he would use them in that situation, like his pain one and his memory one.
Yeah.
So he and the reason why they made a copy of his memory is they literally explained that like they did that so he would still have memory of his techniques.
No, but like thing. So I'm saying like you
obviously he's not him.
Yeah.
Obviously
but you were saying that but you were saying that when he protected the ship, he was still had some sort of self left. Yeah, I remember, bro. And I was like, no, maybe he didn't. And you're like, no, he did. So then here gave us confirmation that he wasn't himself. It was like a part of
at the
programming.
time. No, I said at the time that he told Vegapunk to like protect the ship. That was like the last little bit of him, right?
He just told him to tell. He just told him right now.
Before, because by the time Frankie comes and sees KUMA, KUMA just like
he's
walks off, or like he's like
he's like fucked up. Yeah.
The situation I was talking about was Marineford, whether he had a sense of self during Marineford. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, and I was saying no.
Yeah, but the question mainly was, why didn't he use his powers if he could use them?
Yeah.
So this still answers that, because the reason why they left his memories intact is so that he could still access his powers.
Yeah.
So even though he lost like himself, he still had access to all those powers. So like Cyborg KUMA still would have used the pain or like the memory thing if he was
on
able
other
to use
people.
it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like it's like, you know how you fight someone and then mid battle you like evolve and like think of a technique.
Well, that's
That's
him.
not
He's
happening.
but he's
like,
not evolving.
that's what I mean. So that
But
would,
Kuma's
that
already
would,
he's
that
been
wouldn't
fighting
be
now.
happening. You know.
That's not the same thing. 'Cause that's him evolving.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
And
if you
adapting. Like that's not
that's
the
what I
same
mean.
thing.
So like if Kuma had his full like if he was himself and you would put him to a fight
Obviously, it'd be
situation,
different.
That's,
Obviously,
that's
it'd
what
be
I'm
different.
saying. Like,
But I'm saying he still has
it had-
access to his powers.
but it was like a whole thing about how if he was able to do it or not. You know.
Yeah, so I think he was able to do it. It's just like he would have probably had to have like a command or something or somebody to tell him to do
Like
it.
one of the Gorosei or
Like,
something.
yeah, because he wasn't as much as he was acting like no, not the Gorosei, but just even like the admirals or somebody.
Yeah, whoever
Like,
has.
as much as he was acting
yeah.
against Whitebeard guys,
Yeah.
you just never saw him do it at all. So
So getting back into the chapter, at the end of this chapter, right, we get the whole confirmation of like what you had called in a previous chapter, that the reason why Bonnie was crying is because she saw the memories and she saw what her dad went through, and the fact that she was getting these letters, but
Yeah,
like she
that's
wasn't
crazy.
receiving them. Like, yo,
yeah,
crazy,
when I was
crazy.
reading, because this is like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When I was reading this one was where it was like putting that like nice little bow at the end of.
You're like, yeah, this is
of
hitting, bro.
Yeah.
This is hitting. It's
Yeah,
just
right
enough.
at the end of the whole story, I was like, this is really what's like about to like it's breaking me. You know,
yeah,
it's
you're
coming,
like,
it's
yo,
getting there. It's getting there.
just enough.
Yeah.
Give
Like
me
this
that
is
tragedy.
this is
God.
perfect, man. Like it was just because like she like the just like not having the letters before.
Yeah.
Obviously that was sad, but like having her like learn through the memories again,
Yeah,
like that's
no.
actually what made it hit more.
And then also we had that panel that everyone just took and ran. Like it was 3 different panels, and like literally ran with it. Like
Which one?
the panels of Kuma running as a kid.
Oh yeah,
Him running as a little bit older.
that was really nice.
Him running as like a revolutionary, then him running as himself, and like Twitter ran with it. They were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, bro," and they took it and like, "Yo, Oda really just had his entire backstory in like 4 or 5 panels, just him running, and like he never gave up."
No, they
like,
didn't
kept
run.
going
They
and
didn't
shit.
run. They didn't run. But
They
made
literally ran.
They made a
with
fan
it, bro.
animation though.
That's what I
They made
mean.
a fan
Of him just
animation.
running through like the different stages and shit.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was cool though. I like the way they had it throughout the chapter though, as you're reading it,
Yeah.
because they had it separated.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But he was there. He saw Luffy punch a Celestial.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like he heard about it and he was like, yo, what?
Right.
And he was like, yo, like we've never seen this before. Like
Mhm.
this guy's giving pretty much Nika vibes,
Yeah.
right? So I thought that was kind of cool because like it kind of sucks because like after the fact and then kind of
Right.
bringing it back.
Bring it back. Like had we seen him then
It would
at
have
that
been
time?
It would have been nice if we got a chance to go back to that arc
And what if he's
and
actually
see
standing
Kuma
there?
somewhere.
Like what if he's standing in the back?
But like
shadow
it's not
somewhere?
gonna be like that.
No, I
I
really
already
doubt
know
it.
because
Yeah,
you already
yeah.
know like the way One Piece community is.
Yeah,
They would
yeah.
have found that.
Yeah, by now. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, but that chapter was good. I didn't really have any thoughts about anything after this chapter. Like
Okay.
it seemed like the ending of the flashback,
Flashback?
so it was just like okay, they're going back to
Right.
Egghead.
Right.
My main concern was, given that Bonnie is caught by Saturn,
Yeah.
how is she gonna get out? Like that still didn't make sense to me of how like Saturn grabbed her and she's just how is Saturn gonna be okay and how she like you know what I mean?
Right. But
Whether
now in
how
this
crazy
chapter-
her age food is.
Yeah. But like now,
Like Saturn would have been fucking
So
doing
now
some
this
shit.
chapter,
So 1103
1103
officially comes out next week though. So this is obviously it's leaked a week early. 'Cause
Yeah.
Christmas and New Year's and stuff.
So obviously, like take the translations with a grain of salt too, because translations do change what's happening with the context, and we've seen that
Yeah.
before as well with like officials completely changing the meaning of something that's going on. So, in this chapter, it's
Yeah.
back to the present.
We're getting a whole sequence of Bonnie and Vegapunk talking.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, like, my bad. Like, I forgot to give you the gift. But not that it's weird, but with how Egghead's been going so fast,
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, when did they have the time to, like,
This was,
kind of, like, throw it in?
but this seems like it was right after she saw the memories.
Right after the memories, for
So
sure.
right after the memories, but before the whole manhunt to who's the evil.
Yeah, it just
Vegapunk.
seems-
it's like
yeah,
right in
yeah.
between there somewhere. Yeah.
Which is, like, I mean, it's a quick conversation, so it's not, like, it couldn't
Yeah.
be in there. But
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird because, like, Egghead's been, like, fairly fast-paced. Like,
No, it has.
how
It
did they
has.
even find the
It
time to,
has.
like, get that in there? But you see Bonnie trying to do the Nika thing
Yeah.
to Saturn, and
Yeah.
then he's like, "Yo, you're basically not believing in him anymore, and like the way
Yeah.
your future works."
Well, at first she tries to hit him, and then she like stops essentially, and she's like, "What the fuck's going on?" So my initial reaction was, "Oh, like Saturn has this ability to like stop devil fruits, or he has some sort of negation.
Yeah, I thought it was like some.
ability.
I was first thinking like some Blackbeard shit.
Right.
I was like,
Right.
wait, like maybe it's not just Blackbeard that has access to this.
Yeah.
That's what I was initially thinking too. Like as I was reading it.
Yeah.
But then he's like, no, like it's, and it makes sense. It's a way to like nerf her power because we were literally like, yo, what type of future can she
Yeah.
go into if she's fucking just...
But she doesn't like going into the chapter, right? She doesn't have a devil fruit, right?
What do you mean? Yeah, like
Right? Like I don't know. Like again, like this is like
so
weird because like,
he extracted shit from the devil fruit with his experiments,
yeah,
and they injected it into Bonnie.
Yeah. So that means she's basically a precursor to the Seraphims, essentially.
Maybe.
Right? Like
To see if it's possible, yeah.
Right? Because her devil fruit is a paramecia
To see if it's
type
possible to extract that like fruit stuff.
fruit, like essence or whatever.
Yeah, because technically with the Hancock Seraphim, they would have had to extract that devil fruit from Hancock without actually like removing her devil fruit.
Yeah.
So that's probably it probably is a stepping stone.
It's a stepping stone, but like,
but it kind of shows how crazy or how ahead Saturn is too.
Yeah. The fact that he did that way back then, and like Vegapunk, and the thing is, Saturn is the science one, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the fact that he's like years ahead of Vegapunk, and Vegapunk has the brain fruit. He's supposed to be like the smartest, you know.
Like
so,
I think Vegapunk's like different in terms of like bringing it into
his intellect.
No, I meant like as an inventor.
Yeah.
Like actually creating the thing, whereas Saturn's got like I feel like Saturn's got that brain for like. Because he understands devil fruits and understands the world, and he's been alive for so long.
Yeah.
He has that knowledge of like the theoretical, I guess.
Because we do get the whole. He literally drops that like, Ginny was his wife.
Experiment.
His wife, and then he experimented on her.
Yeah.
And then
that just makes it even crazier.
That's fucked.
And you know what's wild? Literally, like, out of all the shit that people have been talking about on like Twitter for like however long.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever said that, like, they thought, like, maybe Saturn was the one who took Ginny.
Yeah.
But nobody ever was like, yo, he probably experimented. Like, even though he's a science Laura side, nobody put, like, two and two together.
Like, yo, he probably experimented.
And he probably experimented on her, and then that's how she got the scales.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone was, like...
It was all over the place. Like,
everyone was leaning towards the whole, like, the Oni disease thing, you know what I mean? Aspect of it.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about, like, yo, 100%. Like, she probably got fucked by a celestial dragon. That's how they got Bonnie.
Well, and how else did she get pregnant? She got pregnant by Saturn. So that means Bonnie is Saturn's daughter, technically, right?
Yeah, could be.
Right?
We know that she's the eighth wife, but we don't know if like how.
But that's a logical
conception came.
But that's a logical step you would take. Like, like wife, husband, daughter, right? And the thing is, like, the fact that he
100-year-old, 800-year-old sperm right there.
Okay,
that's crazy.
But anyways. So Bonnie's technically his daughter, and Bonnie can so basically, correct me if I'm wrong, right? So he tried to extract this devil fruit essence, put it into Ginny, and then Ginny passed it on to Bonnie through the embryo.
Yeah,
like that's what happened.
Well, the experimentation failed with Ginny, and that's how it resulted in Sapphire's skills.
Yeah.
And then it passed on to her.
Right, and so this is like basically theoretically, if a Seraphim was to have a kid, their kid would then inherit their devil fruit. Based by the same sort of logic.
Maybe.
Like, because of how the extraction is.
Because I don't know if Bonnie didn't inherit the devil fruit.
Yeah, didn't she?
No, she inherited the sapphire skills.
I thought she inherited the devil fruit too. So then he experimented on Bonnie as a baby as well?
I think so, yeah.
I thought it was a result of everything.
Because the scales didn't show up till after.
No,
when they first had Bonnie, like, she didn't have scales on her. And then after a while, they're like, "Yo, what the hell was this?" And then it like,
bro, yeah, but I wasn't that just exposure to the sun because it increases with sun exposure.
That's like what they said, but like with Saturn doing his experimentations, that's how.
Because like when I read the chapter, I had thought that he experimented on Ginny.
Yeah.
And then because it was this like extraction thing, that he then gave birth to Bonnie, and Ginny died from the scales. And Bonnie got the scales and the devil fruit power.
Like that it could be true.
That's what I think. Because I swear, like,
it just seemed like
pull up the chapter.
My phone died.
Oh wow, crazy! That's why you're smiling. Wow, you're hilarious. I swear, Saturn makes like a note of like, oh, you're just like a byproduct or something. Like as in you weren't the real experiment. You just happen to be a byproduct of
Well,
whatever was going on, you know?
I think she was also experimented, and then she was also failed because she also had
As
the
a
sacrifice.
baby? How are you experimenting on a baby, bro?
That makes sense.
How are
though.
they surviving?
I mean, you know, it's kind of like if you're a baby, you have more stem cells and shit, something like that. Like that lets them
do that shit.
Yeah.
But that also means like, if we're considering this, that like she doesn't actually have the devil fruit, that devil fruit is somewhere out there.
Yeah, somebody else could have it.
Yeah, so that means God Knights,
actually,
whoever,
they could be holding it down, because they whoever they extracted it from, it could kind of explain why the Gorosei are still alive.
Yeah, like
if they're extracting it from this devil fruit and just like kind of like steroids, like they're pumping them with it
themselves, or it could be like, what if Emu has a devil
fruit?
Like
a tamed amount, right?
What if Emu has it? Emu's been de-aging them.
Yeah,
consistently,
one
or
of them,
shit.
Like any of
and
them.
And that's why Emu looks the way they do, or can't leave the castle. Yeah, because they have life-sustaining stuff there.
I don't know about the life-sustaining stuff, but like,
no, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Like they could have that devil fruit locked up there with somebody who has it.
It is sort of like a pseudo immortality, right?
It is, yeah.
As long as the effects of the devil fruit are active, which means as long as the user of the devil fruit is alive, right?
Yeah.
So that means you just need one user to get hit with the awakening of the Ope-Ope-no-Mi. He's then immortal, and then he uses the Bonnie's devil fruit to keep everyone else immortal.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably what's going on with the Gorosei then. Like, Emu became immortal.
Yeah.
Ate Bonnie's Bonnie's actual devil fruit is, and then kept them young because immortality.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty broken with the future thing.
Yeah.
Like, it goes in Saturn talks about how it goes into beliefs.
Yeah.
And how like Bonnie slowly stopped believing in it, and I like the way they did that.
Yeah.
That makes sense, and then it's gonna be sick because like she's not believing in Nika as much, so it's like when Luffy does pull up, and it's like like the way Bonnie is gonna react.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the thing Saturn's like, yo, she didn't make the connection between Nika and Luffy.
Didn't, but she's a kid.
But it's kind of like everyone that's heard about the stories of Nika.
Yeah.
People don't actually know what Nika looked like.
That's true.
That's what that kind of confirmed for me.
Yeah.
Like KUMA, like as much as the Buccaneers like had this passed down.
Yeah, they have no idea.
And they talked about like his properties and stuff.
Yeah.
Like nobody made that connection.
No, that's
and
true.
like KUMA kind of did it because he's a hardcore believer, and he's like he like really believes that Luffy could be him.
Yeah.
Especially with the way Luffy was acting.
Right.
But
the only thing is like moving on in the chapter, you see like Bonnie struggling, Saturn is grabbing her and shit, and then Sanji just fucking not doing shit, and then
well, you have Luffy,
it's everyone, like everyone's not moving. Everyone's not moving.
Well, Luffy's hungry for food,
and he's murked, right? Like,
and then he gets the food.
And this is what Twitter was going wild with.
Yeah, why?
Like, how did he get the food?
What do you think?
I'm gonna say what Twitter was saying.
Sure.
Right? Everyone thinks that Kizaru Uber eats him everything, like at light speed.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
People were saying like his ramen is there, like Kizaru's ramen that he's been like I guess like famously seen eating.
Yeah.
That like he brought that to Luffy.
Yeah.
And like I wouldn't mind Kizaru doing that, because personally, like, I'm trying to find out what Kizaru's like. Where's his backbone? Like, what's his threshold for like this is justice and this isn't justice?
Yeah.
And I feel like him being there with like Saturn's gonna kind of push that.
Yeah.
And I want to see Kizaru like maybe not even like switch sides, but just be like,
no, I'm not doing
that's
this.
not me.
Yeah, like, I'm not
that's
doing
not
this.
what I'm like.
And
about.
I mean, this is sort of that. If this is the case, that he at light speed was delivering food.
I don't know.
After
I kind of don't like the
Luffy.
idea that Kizaru can move like that after Luffy punched him in the face.
He's Kizaru, bro.
Like,
he's a beast.
Obviously, like I'm not trying to downplay the admirals, but like the way Luffy's exhausted.
Yeah.
After that fight.
Yeah.
And like that's not even from Luffy actually taking like damage from Kizaru. That's just Luffy like tapping out of Gear 5.
Yeah.
And then Kizaru
he took damage, didn't he? Though he got kicked and shit, I think.
And with Gear 5, I mean, it's like reality shit. He's kind of just fucking
but
around.
I think he still takes damage though.
Probably, yeah. But he's like fucking around, right?
Okay.
And, like,
yeah.
I don't really like. The light was like burning his hands, I guess, but like nothing
that
nothing like crazy that actually like hurt him and put him in the ground type of thing. At least nothing like I could think of.
Well, because it's been so long. We've been in a flashback for like so many chapters.
But even then, like the way he hit Kizaru, like I would like for Kizaru to stay down a little bit longer.
Yeah, but Kizaru just.
But
beast,
even
bro.
if it's not him, though, assuming it's not him.
Yeah.
Who do you think it is then?
That gave him the food?
Yeah.
I think it's actually Vegapunk's invention. that we saw at the beginning.
Oh, the ancient thing.
No. In the beginning of Egghead, Luffy
one of the
guys.
robots.
No, Luffy guys end up in like a.
Oh, the hologram. It's probably a hologram.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like they
So
they
he's
get
not
a
actually
machine.
eating.
They get a machine and it like makes them food.
Yeah, I
and
remember.
shit.
I remember.
Yeah. So
That's what I was thinking at first.
That's
when
what I think it
first
is.
saw
That's what I think it is. And it's gonna like.
But how did they just get there?
Huh?
Like, but it's not. But it's not actually giving him food though, because he was eating it and like nothing was actually coming. So then it's like false hope.
Like you know what I think is, it's gonna play into the whole narrative that Saturn was saying is like, yo, you don't believe, and because Luffy believes that he's eating food, he's gonna think he has energy and he's gonna try and fight again.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
That's
and
fair.
it's like
I can definitely see it being.
it like obviously it's not gonna be sustainable. Like it's gonna be for a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But even then, like the whole like Luffy eating meat thing is like a Luffy gimmick.
It been
right. Like it's just
been. Like we know it's not Sanji that gave it to him because he couldn't move.
But I mean like
could be Zoro,
like Luffy
maybe,
doesn't need like Oda could very much write it where Luffy just doesn't need the food to get good.
Yeah.
Because even in Wano,
like
Luffy's like I need food when he was like borderline dead.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then Law's whole crew
like
gave
just like
him,
fed him and shit. Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing.
No, 100%,
so,
100%.
You know, he's not gonna come back, and it kind of gave us it opened it up so that way when Bonnie was like about to die, we got the man pulling up. You know.
But yeah, that's why like he throws Bonnie on the ground.
He's about to step on him.
Stomp on her. He's about to stomp on her. Take this in. He's an insect who's about to stomp on a human. And the thing is, they've really been hammering home the fact that Saturn believes
thinks he's above everyone.
Like he's like, you guys are insects. Like you guys, and
100%.
that theory that I had said a couple podcasts ago about Luffy like stomping on him. I think that's
probably gonna come.
Yeah, like the fact they've been emphasizing it so much.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
and I'd be down to just have like the way he did that stomp on Arlong.
Yeah.
To just have it come back
and like
destroy
have him
use it again
and like destroy Egghead.
Yeah, like that'd be sick.
That would
like Luffy just never uses that move again. Like he used it against Bellamy.
Yeah.
When he stomps on him.
Yeah.
Like in Jaya, but like
you
don't really see him stomping people down.
I think maybe again because don't they pay homage to it in Dressrosa? Doesn't he do the same thing?
Who is he stomping?
Bellamy again.
Does he?
No, he punches him.
No, he punches him. I'm pretty sure he punches him.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, who pulls up after?
KUMA, the fucking sexiest guy in One Piece, man.
Bro,
top 3, bro.
He's KO. So when I was looking at the panel, right, KUMA's like coming in and he's obviously getting attacked and stuff, right? But then you see like soldiers line up and they go to shoot him and they explode. Like the
soldiers explode.
Yeah, like it's 2 explosions on the left and right side of KUMA. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay.
Like somebody's stopping them.
So yes, either
that's what I saw.
Like
I thought of it as somebody stopping them from because they were going at KUMA.
Right. So either I was thinking 2 things. Either KUMA shot 2 pacifista beams, which he can do, and he beamed the fuck out of them.
I don't think so.
Or it was Kizaru.
Yeah.
Because that was the.
I would rather.
That was like, and if it was Kizaru, then that means he's switched up. Like he's already.
I don't know if Kizaru would actually harm Marines.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see it being like the other pacifistas or Sentomaru, like anyone else.
Yeah.
Coming in and like helping.
But the pacifistas are under Gorosei command, are they not?
Like but it's kind of like with the Seraphims, how like
they switched up.
They'll still listen to their commands.
Yeah.
Unless like, and with Saturn being busy right now.
Yeah.
They can still listen to a command and then. Like it doesn't like override the other command.
No, that's true.
Right?
Yeah,
there's like the command structure.
Like it could have just been like the defenses at Egghead too. Like they beat them or something. Yeah.
It could be Blackbeard guys.
Yeah,
Blackbeard
they could
guys
be
trying to like
Blackbeard
they're trying
guys.
to like get KUMA to go there so they can have Saturn down. Like I've been saying Saturn needs to die. So like.
Okay. Yeah. So on that note, what happens? KUMA pulls up.
Bro. First of all, he tanks an attack from Saturn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it looked like it like was about to have like a ace situation, almost. But KUMA's better. He's a better character, so.
What the fuck?
That's what it looked like when I was reading it.
You thought he was gonna get
aced?
No.
Yeah. Like donut.
Yeah. Yo, shut up.
Yeah, bro.
Shut up, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like that's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. And then like, but obviously he's Buccaneer and durability is pretty high, so he tanks that. Wait, you didn't think so?
No.
You didn't okay.
No, I didn't think he was gonna die.
I mean.
I was like, bro, you're bro, because you want him to die. You're like, oh yeah, just kill him right now. It's just tragic enough. No, I was like, bro, he's gonna fucking pull up, he's gonna fucking tank the attack, and he's gonna fucking turn around, and then you fucking get that panel of him just fucking about to give it right to Saturn, bro.
Yeah,
he
finally shows arm Mataki.
Oh yeah,
Which is another
wild.
thing.
Which is
because
wild.
I've been wondering whether he even has access to hockey
At
ever
all.
since he's been a cyborg.
At all. Well, we didn't even know if he had it at all.
Well, I get. Well,
because there's no need.
I was pretty confident that he had hockey prior to being a cyborg. It was a matter of whether you could still tap into it.
No, but there was no confirmation. We had zero confirmation.
No, zero confirmation. But it was just him being part of the Revolutionary Army and like training with like Sabo and Dragon guys.
The fact that Sabo has it.
Yeah, it just kind of made sense that he had some type of hockey.
But because of his Devil Fruit, he doesn't even need hockey.
Yeah, but because hockey is willpower, knowing what Kuma's been through.
No, he should.
You kind of like you're like he for sure has hockey.
100%.
Right. It was just a matter of maybe I assumed he didn't have advanced forms of hockey.
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm like he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
But like he for sure has like a powerful will. So
bro,
like,
I want to see in the next chapter. I want to see Kuma punch the shit out of Saturn so hard that
mimic that celestial dragon thing, right? With Luffy.
Oh, bro, I want to see his head. Saturn's head.
Like bounce off the pavement.
Yeah, ricochet. I want to see fucking ricochet off the ground, bro. Yeah. That's what I want to see. I don't think that's happening though. And I want to see fucking like webs come out of his chit.
I don't even think the punch connects, to be honest.
No way.
I think no,
it has to connect, bro.
No, because I feel like the reason why Oda left it as the cliffhanger is because of that. Because why wouldn't he have the impact as the cliffhanger?
Well, no, because maybe he's like, I need to double panel this.
No,
like I need double spread, double panel. Start the new year off strong with the fucking bang.
Well, actually, no, we're not gonna have One Piece chapters for like 3 weeks, man.
What do you mean? Golden Week.
Like, well, next week's the official release of it,
right.
And then there's another week off, so it's like 3. It's like and then another. Yeah, it's like actual 3 weeks that we don't have any One Piece.
That next chapter, bro, it's gonna.
So it's gonna be like end of January.
It's gonna be him just fucking putting him on the ground. I mean, not really, but like
As much as I'd like to see that, but people were on Twitter. They were showing a side-by-side comparison of when Luffy hit the Celestial.
Yeah.
And that was the ending panel. So like, why would he have it where Kuma's just charging up and not actually have it connect as the ending panel? And I feel like that there's a big difference.
So if it doesn't connect, what do you think is gonna happen?
Well, I think because Saturn's like he's strong, right?
Yeah,
so it's like,
he's strong.
Yeah, Kuma tanked it, and like it's for emphasis, like he's gonna go hit him. But I feel like they need to show that Saturn's stronger than Kuma as well.
Yeah.
Because that it's gonna go into the fact when Luffy pulls up as Nika to really
like
save
show
him.
How strong he is.
Yeah.
I think
it'd be nice if it connects with it though, but like it's like
when you brought up Blackbeard though, I now think that Blackbeard's gonna take Kuma's Devil Fruit.
Yeah, why wouldn't he?
Okay, sick.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Like,
right.
Yeah, like
you're like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, everyone's already thinking that.
Bro. No. I'm like, but Blackbeard will take anyone's fruit that's like OP.
No. But I'm saying I'm saying because we as the audience have seen what Kuma's gone through.
Yeah.
And for Blackbeard to come in and just fucking take
it's gonna hurt more.
Use it, it's gonna hurt way more.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's gonna happen. Is Blackbeard's gonna come and take it.
That's fair.
And then you're gonna be like, yo, like fuck this guy, fucking using Kuma's Devil Fruit and shit. There's just a theory that I want to talk about. I read this on Twitter and I forgot the guy's name, but it was just a thread, and he was talking about how Egghead is mimicking Thriller Bark, and he was saying
people were saying it's mimicking the Archipelago.
Yeah. So it's doing like this guy was just saying both, right?
Okay.
And he was saying how essentially if you look at what was in Hodgeback.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
Hodgeback
and Hogback, whatever. Hogback and his like reanimating people, like the zombies and the shadows and everything, right?
Okay.
So basically, this guy was going into like psychology and stuff, and like what the soul is and what makes up the soul. So then he was saying how there's like the ego, the shadow, and then I think the memories, and then like that makes you who you are, right? If you're to like break down the soul into 3 different things. And so essentially
there's like ego, super ego, and something else.
But what he was saying was like these 3 things. Like he had a diagram and stuff, and if your phone wasn't dead, we could pull it up. But essentially he was saying how Hogback, okay. Hogback he was only able to do like the shadow.
Yeah, hodgepodge.
Yeah. Well, he's like fosh.
No.
Yeah, okay, hey. He's only able to do the shadow aspect of it, right? Like he wasn't fully able to reanimate somebody. Whereas now Vegapunk,
Hogback didn't bring the shadow.
No, but he had the body, and then the like shadow portion of it was like bringing them back to life, kind of. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so then he's saying how like Vegapunk's side of it is like that he's
the Seraphims
with the Seraphims, with the Seraphims, and then the whole memory thing with Kuma is like he was able to fully. So what we saw Hogback and Moria attempt, Vegapunk is like fully did with Kuma,
Well,
and he was basically
we
gonna
actually
go.
already got that with Stussy.
Yeah,
Stussy's
right.
already like a perfect.
No,
like a clone.
perfect clone. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so-
with this, he was saying how in Thriller Bark, right? Moria controls Ors Jr.
Okay.
Right, like from inside, kind of like a
Sure.
robot or a machine.
Yeah.
He's saying that the memories of Kuma went inside the giant robot, like this giant robot from
How?
18 years ago or 1800 years ago, however long.
But
that
Bonnie just
robot,
consumed the memories.
were they gone? We didn't see them go away.
Well, when she was sitting there, the bubble wasn't there anymore.
With
It didn't look-
Vegapunk,
it-
it was still no.
didn't look like the bubble was
In
there
the
anymore.
previous chapter where she's seen crying, the bubble is still there. Like a couple of chapters ago. In this chapter,
Oh,
it just
yeah.
shows them together. So
Oh,
you
I
can't
guess so.
you
I
can't
guess
say
so.
that, right?
But
But-
they'd have to transport his memory
No, but
into this
Just-
machine,
real quick,
right?
yeah. But like just real quick, remember a couple of podcasts ago, I had also said that Vegapunk specifically designed this room
Yeah.
to hold the memories.
Yeah.
We got
You
confirmation,
got
of that.
confirmation on
Yeah.
that.
Sorry, it just like came to my head
No.
while we were talking. But yeah, so this guy was saying how Kuma is inside this giant robot, and the reason why it responded to Nika was Kuma responding to Nika.
I can see where he's going.
Yeah. He
I
was
would
saying something like that.
Personally, though, I would like it if it wasn't Kuma,
Yeah.
because Kuma's own will is breaking through his actual body.
Right now, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No,
And
we're seeing
also,
that.
like, this connection with Nika, we've only seen it from Kuma's like Buccaneer guys, right?
Yeah.
We haven't seen anyone else bring up, like, we saw, like, I mean, the Shandorians brought up Nika,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
like nobody actually, like, as they brought up Nika, nobody like resonated with Nika the way Kuma guys are resonating with Nika.
But it's like the soul,
So-
right? Like we're talking about the soul. So he basically what he was saying was like, sorry, go ahead. I cut you.
But what I'm saying as like Nika being a warrior of liberation, I would rather have other races and other people, like civilizations, also like ignite from like responding to Nika,
Right.
and not just have it be
right,
Kuma.
Right. That's true, and that's valid.
Yeah.
But like basically, what he was saying was like the soul, right, is made up of 3 different parts, right? What I had explained,
Yeah.
and he's talking about how like if you look at Brooke and you look at Big Mom, right? Brooke,
The soul fruit.
his soul or like whatever
Revive
revive fruit,
and,
right?
And then her soul.
And her
fruit.
soul fruit. If you look at the revive fruit, Brooke essentially will not die until he's killed.
Yeah, we talked
Right?
about that.
Because he doesn't need to eat. He doesn't
talked
need to do
about that,
anything.
yeah,
Right? Yeah. And then he was saying the same thing about like the homies from Big Mom. Like her homies all don't need to eat. They're all just what they are. Right? So essentially what he was saying
we don't know if the Big Mom, like the souls that she takes from people,
yeah.
if that person dies, if that soul stays.
Right.
We don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like but still he was like going into
Yeah.
how like the soul is very powerful.
Yeah.
And how in this ancient kingdom they had an unlimited power source. Right? They were like this crazy
Mother
power
flame or
source.
flame, energy flame, whatever it's called.
Well, we don't know if it was that.
Okay.
But like what if it was a soul? Like a human soul is what they were using as a power source. So like the way Brooke is with his body, how he's like basically an infinite power source until he dies. They had been able to create a similar sort of thing and like put souls into powering shit.
So you're saying they put Kuma's soul into this machine. And so powered it up,
Yeah. But like also going
assuming it's the soul thing.
Yeah. But like also going back to the ancient kingdom, they had used souls then, and that actually would go further into the whole Devil Fruit thing. How Devil Fruits contain souls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just don't like the idea of Kuma being in
Okay,
there.
but like
That's
besides
kind of
that
like
part, what
But
do you think about the rest
but
of
that's
it?
what's bringing it all together.
Yeah, is
like
that Kuma with the
yeah.
memories and everything? And so then
Because we don't know what
he
the
was
mother
basically
flame
he was
is.
drawing a parallel of Moria controlling Ors Jr., which is like a machine, and then Kuma, a warlord, also controlling a machine, which is this new giant. And then he was like, "Yeah, I would be called like the Kumachi 01 or something."
I think he's wrong to make that parallel to Thriller Bark.
Yeah.
Because if there was a parallel to Thriller Bark, it would be that like Saturn would be more of a he's like a raid boss, like the same way where all 5 like the or not 5 like all the Straw Hats had where the Straw Hats had to all link up together and fight Ors. You know, like they straightened out his spine, smashed him. I thought something similar like that would happen with Saturn. That's where I made the connection. But like the stuff with Hogback, like Hogback didn't even bring the shadow back. All he did was preserve the body. He found corpses, and then Moria's the one who put shadows, not even their shadows, random people's shadows into it, right? And it was just, I think they just talked about how like a piece of the soul gets left behind, I guess, in the body, because even though the shadows took over like different bodies, parts of that like corpse, that being was still kind of showing through a little bit.
I am partially butchering the theory because he did talk about how like Moria's like 4 people that were under him represent Perona. Okay, so it was like he's like, one was like the personality, one was like the animal, and one was like so it's Perona, Absalom, and Hogback. Yeah, and he was like basically all 3 of them, and I think he was saying Moria himself, all are like mimic different aspects of the soul. Like they're all different parts of the soul, and he was like, it was like a whole thing, right? Like again, yeah.
So there's Pirate Crew, like that was like the theme of their ship. I don't know how Absalom fits in that though. Like Absalom's like the one that's like not really like it's
the ego. Like he had the ego.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It was like something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking weirdo though, but he was like a stitch up of like a bunch of different like animal parts.
Yeah, and he like wanted to turn invisible. Remember?
No, but I mean like
turn invisible. Yeah.
But the stitch up, like I mean, the ego is such a vague answer.
Yeah. I don't. Again, if I had the theory, I would just.
No, it's fair, but like the KUMA thing, like that's like I feel like it was a disservice to KUMA's character
if he goes inside.
And also like the story being told like of like who, like we're trying to figure out who this machine is from the beginning of Egghead.
Yeah.
Just for it to be KUMA's soul activating it and not actually being like it's this like fucking thing that came from the ancient civilization. Yeah. Like, that's a whole like it.
Well, I mean, because it makes sense in terms of like a power source.
But it'd be cool,
right?
If, like, what if it was actually like this a living thing? Like robots were a living thing. It wasn't just a creation.
Or like there was like a race of robots,
that type of robot, like
robotic humanoids or whatever.
Anything like something like that.
Okay,
maybe. Right? Because like what and like having it awaken to Nika is like crazy. Because you could Loki have Luffy with like a fucking ancient civilization army being awakened by his like voice,
like a rumbling.
Kind of, yeah. I guess so.
Attack.
Not the same thing, but just to beef up his alliance a little bit.
And everything.
Just for when it comes down to like that
everything.
Ending,
yeah.
Right.
Do you have anything else to say then about like One Piece? Where do you think it's gonna go? So you think Kuma's gonna whiff the punch? Saturn's gonna stomp the shit out of him.
No, I don't think. No, Saturn already stomped him.
Okay.
He already stomped him. Right?
No, but like you're saying he's actually gonna.
I think he's gonna. Yeah, I think he's gonna screw up, and he's gonna do what he can to like stall him.
Yeah.
Until Luffy pulls up.
Okay.
Right. I don't think Kuma's like Saturn's not gonna kill Kuma before Luffy.
And
before
then
sees Luffy in Gear 5.
So then you think we're gonna get the same like the way Saint Charles got done by Luffy. Saturn's gonna get done by Luffy. Like we're gonna.
No, I think he's gonna do the axe thing that you were saying with
Like yeah. But if
with Arlong,
once he comes back, like once he comes to, he's gonna punch the shit out of Saturn. Is what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
Like Kuma's gonna do that?
No.
Or Luffy's gonna do that? Why would Luffy just randomly do that?
Because he's like, fuck this guy.
I mean,
what do you mean, Luffy does whatever the fuck he wants.
But I mean, like,
why would Luffy?
No, but what I mean is like, if the axe is already serving that purpose of like, the double like the insect thing, like
yeah, but it's not like one punch is gonna take him out. They're gonna have a whole ass fight, bro.
But if you're gonna have a punch that like how that Saint Charles punch was,
yeah,
that's like an ending punch thing. Like he's done.
But these are different. That's it. Would have been.
It's obviously different circumstances. But like
it would have been an ending punch. But this guy's so strong that it's not. You know.
Yeah, but then that's not bouncing off the pavement and shit that way. But anyways, I had a thing about Saturn actually that I want to talk about. The way Saturn talks about Nika in this chapter particularly.
Yeah.
It kind of makes it seem like Nika's like their natural enemy, not just in what he stands for, but I think it's devil fruit wise.
Yeah.
Because when he was scared of Bonnie doing Nika, it seemed like Bonnie could have done real damage to him had she actually like still believed in Nika.
Right.
And like and it makes sense, like she lost in hella faith in Nika after seeing Kuma's memories and shit, right?
Right.
But like, if it seemed like he was actually scared at that moment when he was like
was he?
Well, like, just his concern was like he was like, bro, Nika, like he about to get hit by like some Nika shit, and then he was like, like you didn't do shit because you didn't believe in Nika.
Yeah.
Right. It kind of seems like either whatever Saturn can do with his abilities, like stun people or whatever.
Yeah.
Either Nika has the power to undo that, or it doesn't affect him, like one or the other. And I feel like that might be something that's like with the Gorosei altogether.
Right.
And that also explains why they hate Nika so much is because that's like
Like
that's like one thing they can't control.
Like he's their predator. If they were animals, he
Yeah,
would have been their
yeah,
predator
yeah.
or some shit like that,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Okay.
So like I think like the natural enemy thing goes like beyond just like him
Mhm.
being a warrior of liberation. Like
That's
it's
true.
also like in his abilities.
Okay, so moving on to
Talk about My Hero.
My Hero. So 2 chapters I want to talk about. My Hero, All for One. You literally have him turn back into a baby, and you have the meme, literal hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. It's Bakugo's the bomb, and he's fighting All for One as a baby. And again, you get another pump fake. Baby All for One fucking looks like as though he's impaled Bakugo. He hasn't. He didn't. It's fucking my pump fake. And then Bakugo finally like blows up a baby, and then that's it. You know, like that's the end of All for One. So, and in the latest chapter, you have Shigaraki.
Wait, that wasn't the latest chapter?
Latest chapter, you finally have like Shigaraki and Deku starting to fight.
They didn't just cancel My Hero after the baby?
No. You have Shigaraki and Deku starting to fight. I guess even more, and then you see that Shigaraki is now able to take Deku's quirks. So you see like inside Deku's mind, he has a table with all the powers, right? And like
the previous All Might guys.
Yeah. And then Shigaraki's hand comes in, and he's like, "Nah, you're mine." Just yoinks one of the powers.
How? He kept a remnant of All for One's power, or what?
Well, because he had a portion of his power there.
Yeah.
All for One was trying to merge.
Yeah.
To like become
so
fully whole.
he still kept that.
He still has like the ability to steal shit, and now that so then he stole Danger Sense, which is like his Spidey sense.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of turned into like it's turning into like a fight where now every time Deku's gonna hit Shigaraki, he's potentially gonna lose All for One.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it reminded me of like an Avatar situation.
Yeah.
Of like with Korra losing all the previous avatars. Yeah. And so it seems like he's gonna lose all of them one by one, and then eventually it's just gonna be him against him like quirkless. Some shit like that, you know. And then he's like, all the founders are like, "Oh yo, we gotta skedaddle, like we can't fight this dude." And Deku's like, "How can I talk to him? How can I talk no jutsu him?"
Well, the way we talked about My Hero ending at the end, like before this arc
started, we said he was gonna.
We were like, the society has to like, they have to be done with quirks.
No, they have to
for them to actually end it.
Yeah.
So like, it makes sense. Like, this is how they get rid of
all quirks.
Because now that like
majority quirks.
Yeah, because now that like, One for All is gone, it's like now All for One also needs to kind of get dissipate or something.
Because its purpose is gone. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's like and essentially Shigaraki's like just causing decay to everything, right?
Yeah.
So he basically pushes Deku towards Fuji.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Yeah, peace." And he's like, "Let me just destroy all of Fuji."
No way.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm gonna destroy all of Fuji. All the lava's gonna come out, and I'm gonna just murk out everybody."
Bro.
And so then Deku's like, "Yo,
Does he know I
gotta stop this dude. Like, I gotta do some
He doesn't know that you work there, huh? He doesn't know that you work.
Yeah, he doesn't know, bro. And like, we about to pull up next chapter, bro. Don't worry. So that was it for My Hero.
Yeah.
Black Clover. Black Clover came out with 1 chapter after like 4 months of him really like putting in work.
I think I skimmed through it a little bit.
So he put 4 months, bro. He came up with this.
The garbage.
With
garbage.
Like a fairy tale chapter.
Yeah, because it's Yuno, right? With Asta?
No.
Is that not it?
No. So basically, me and Justman had talked about this, how because Asta is like the perfect counter to everything that's going on.
This is when he does his fucking like speed form or some shit, right?
No.
Does he not?
No. Because Asta,
did I read?
I don't know. But because Asta is a perfect counter to like all magic,
yeah.
We had talked about how what if he gives everyone his anti-magic? Like, basically did like a sort of like, I guess, field spell type thing where he gave everyone in a certain area.
It's like Naruto with his clones. And he gave everyone like a little bit of Nine-Tails chakra.
Right. No. So Yuno had basically in an area as big as the Clover Kingdom.
Yeah.
Anyone in that area got like increased speed, increased magic, and they got like a portion of his magic. Right. That's what Yuno had done.
So he did the Naruto
So then we were like, okay, Asta's gonna do the same thing, and Asta did that with anti-magic.
Yeah.
But the issue is they're using anti-magic plus their magic. So you
can't use both.
Exactly, because anti-magic cancels out magic. So basically what was happening is you have characters that you don't know, but characters like Luck and Luck and Magna, right?
Okay.
Luck uses lightning. He's now using black lightning. So his lightning is anti magic lightning. And then Magna, who uses fire, is now using black flames. And they literally have, like, what I mean by fairy tale, they have a panel. Like, do you remember when
oh, you meant fairy tale.
I meant fairy tale.
I thought you meant like a fairy tale, like
no,
a fucking
no. Like
Disney
fairy
princess
tale.
ending.
Like, you remember when Sting and Rogue fight Natsu, and they both like put their hands out like this, and they form like a little like
final Kamehameha thing.
No, it's not a final Kamehameha.
Almost.
What do you mean almost?
It's like a little ball orb, and it's like a Big Bang Kamehameha, and they do their little fucking thing.
No, it's like two big balls that merge into one small ball, and then they like send it.
But the way that it's a spiral.
Yeah, it's a spiral
blast.
Yeah, that's not Big Bang Kamehameha or final Kamehameha.
It's a mix.
It's neither of those.
It's both.
No,
it's stronger. Bro, with the power of friendship, it's stronger.
So let me explain what happened.
Thing.
So they do that, like they merge and it's the same sort of thing, right? And I'm like, yo, this is straight fairy tale. They merge their thing and they defeat one of Lucius's clones.
Okay.
He has 11 or he has like 13 clones.
When the fuck did this guy get cloned?
He can just fucking create copies of himself.
Where is this going?
I don't know, bro. Because he has gravity magic and he has time magic and he has access to all these other magic, he can.
But man's needed 4 months off to badly write anti-magic into the people's magic.
100 exactly. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, so they defeat I think 1 or 2 of his clones, and you're like, oh shit, like shit's about to go down, right? Asta literally says, "Yo, I can give them all magic because they're my Nakamas." And I was like, yo, what in the fairy tale shit is this, bro? And like the thing is, like, I thought, because Magna, right? The cool thing about Magna's
I thought
power,
Asta couldn't do a field spell that big, like Magnazone or whatever it's called.
Monozone. He could only give it to them. Like, he could only give it to the Black Bulls because they're his friends.
There's boys.
Anyways, so the cool thing about Magna's character was that he has this ability where it's like a chain that goes from his heart to the opponent's heart, and it halves, like, basically whatever your magic output is, it distributes it equally between you two.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right? So he did that, and he did that to Lucius, but like, because Lucius is so fucking beast with his magic, it didn't make that much of a difference. But he was like, ah, damn, this is hindering me and shit. But again, it was only a clone that they defeated.
Damn, they did all that for a clone.
Exactly. But there's 11 of them. Yeah. And then so each one of the Black Bulls is gonna use their magic plus the black version of whatever their magic is, and then defeat one, and then there's gonna be like,
yeah, but that doesn't make sense to me.
Makes 0 sense. 0 sense. Anyways,
why didn't he explain that though? Like, he could have been like, he's applying anti-magic to the like outside, like, you know, it's like to the exterior of the magic that's being.
No, it would have made more sense if he they were like anti-magic left hand, your own magic right hand.
Yeah, facts.
That would make way more sense. But
facts.
The fact that it was like merging makes no sense.
But even anti-magic in its own is like also magic, right? Is it not?
No, I don't know. See, like that's the whole, like, it's a gray area. You don't know.
Because if anti-magic is also magic, then it's like you can combine it together. It's just weird how it combines, and it'd be better for Black Clover if he could actually figure out a way, like, that makes sense as to why it combines.
That's true. But so moving on from Black Clover, JJK anime. So
we're talking about episode 22 first.
Is that the latest one? No.
Episode 23 is like the finale.
Okay. 22.
Episode 22 would have been the one that came out last week.
With Chozo, correct?
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about the one before that either.
I'm not sure.
I don't think we did. With Mahito versus Yuji.
Did we? I thought we did.
We did. No, we did.
I feel like we did.
We did. No, but we didn't. Did we talk about it with the whole Yuji being the wolf and your Mahito being the rabbit?
Yeah, like, we talked about the Mahito one. It was because you know how he transforms after? It's that one. That's the one that happened in episode 22, I think.
Okay.
Was when he transformed.
Was it?
No, it's the same. That's the same one.
Same one.
That's the same one.
So, anyways, so Mahito gets absorbed by Geto.
Yeah.
Right? And the way he got absorbed, bro.
I feel like it was the same episode.
Was it the same episode?
Because does he get absorbed at the end of the episode?
No.
At the end of the episode.
It's the beginning of the other episode that he gets absorbed.
Okay.
I swear.
Yeah.
So he gets absorbed by Mahito gets absorbed by Geto.
Yeah.
And the way he was getting absorbed, like I don't know if you like noticed it or maybe I was the only one. It was like Mahito was turning into like a little ball.
Yeah.
And then hands were coming out and grabbing him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of like
Full Alchemist.
Exactly. Straight Full Metal Alchemist vibes.
Yeah.
Like just like with spoilers for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah, no, I got it. We got it.
Yeah, we got it. Okay, I just gotta Yeah, no, I was like that's fire. But anyways, yeah. So we get Chozo versus Geto.
Yeah.
Because Chozo thinks Yuji's his brother.
No,
I don't know.
Because in the anime, it's like he comes to an understanding.
Right.
Like he's confronting Geto like you motherfucker, like you
fucked with me.
Yeah. You were trying to get me to kill my own brother.
Yeah.
When in actuality,
you're the bad guy.
You're Noritoshi Kamo.
Yeah.
And then everyone looks at Noritoshi Kamo and they're like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
It's you, bro.
Yeah,
and then they're like, no, like it's the worst sorcerer in history type of thing.
But the way.
And then Geto talks about, that's just one of my bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're like, hey, like we know he's not Geto, but it's like, who's this guy?
Yeah. So yeah, like the fight choreography was fire. The animation was clean. The music was phenomenal in this episode.
Yeah.
Like with Chozo.
Yeah.
And the way he was using the blood to like rain down and get Geto.
Yeah.
Oh, it was well done. But yeah, we just kind of get like, I mean, in this chapter, we have a lot of people pull up. We see Miwa pull up.
She does her katana thing.
Yeah. She gives up.
Even if I don't have to swing a sword again.
Yeah.
And then does her thing and doesn't do shit.
Yeah. Miwa. Useless Miwa. Anyways.
It was a good try, though. But Geto talks about I think it was Geto, when she does her new shadow style.
Yeah. It wasn't her. It was the other dude.
Was it?
Wasn't the other dude? Oh, sorry. Continue.
When he's like, oh, like this, like he's like, oh, there's people of your caliber, people that know this technique type of thing. Am I tripping?
You're tripping.
Okay.
You're tripping. You're mad tripping.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Somebody else might have said it.
You're mad tripping.
Okay.
You're
chill.
mad tripping. Anyways, what happened was, we see Urame freeze everyone, and then they get saved, and then Yuki pulls up.
Yeah, at the end of the episode.
All right. And then episode 23, the finale.
Yeah, it was good. No, actually, I didn't like the. It looked like the art wasn't that good.
Okay.
In the finale.
Right.
At least like going into the episode.
Yeah.
But the bulk of the episode was really just, it's Geto explaining like, why he did what he did essentially, right? Like you had some, like you had a little bit of fight go down, I guess, but like not really.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of just like Yuki's just standing there with fucking Yuji, and they're both kind of just dumbfounded because like Geto's explaining his stuff.
Yeah.
But you know how me and Matu called it at the beginning of where this was gonna end?
Yep.
It ended exactly where we said it was gonna end.
With Utah.
Because after that sequence, I guess, because basically while Geto's explaining his stuff, he does idol transfiguration.
Yeah.
He does that, and then you see like this light above everyone.
Yeah.
And he's like, now, because he's like, I've been making contracts with sorcerers for like the past like however many years.
Yeah.
And he's like, now like basically like, shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
Like I'm putting shit in motion now. Yeah. Essentially.
About to wreck everybody.
And then it just kind of like it goes to Utah, and now you have Utah. It's kind of like I think it's this girl. She's like hiding in like a convenience store, and there's like a cursed spirit kind of like talking to it, and then trying to like get him to like come over here. And then as they're about to kill like the little girl, Utah pulls up sword down the fucking thing. Yeah. And that's clean.
Yeah.
Like that show's clean. I was like, yo, my boy's here.
Utah, yeah.
And then after they have the, when he's talking to like the board of like Jujutsu Council or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And then they're talking about like, oh, like, this, they did this is wrong. Like, kill Yuji type of thing. Like
right.
So they're having that whole conversation, and then they're like, what are you gonna do? And then Utah's like, bro, this guy cut off what's the guy's name that like doesn't talk?
Inumaki?
Yeah, he's like, bro, this guy cut off like Inumaki's arm. Like, I'm gonna fuck with this guy, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And then that's basically like where it ends.
Yeah. It's a cliffhanger, so if you guys want to know what happens,
You gotta read it.
Read the manga
You
or
should
watch a
read
podcast.
Continue watching.
Yeah, continue watching. Yeah. So, Jujutsu Kaisen manga. We got 2 chapters to talk about.
Yeah. We do.
Yeah.
So the chapter, I think it would have been 245, because I think 246 was this week's chapter. So, 245. This is where you actually get to see how strong Higi is.
Yep.
Right? Like, at first you're like, I mean, like, obviously, like, we knew Higi was smart, but they kind of, like, recontextualize it where, like, they're like, yo, Higi was able to figure out, like, a lot of this shit within 2 months of him being a sorcerer.
Yep.
And then also, like, this, him realizing that, like, his judgment sword is only affecting Sukuna's
soul
cursed tool thing.
Right.
Whatever
No. So his domain, his judgment just stopped the tool. So not only did he fail to get rid of his
anything from Sukuna.
Like he still has the 10 shadows. He can still pull out Maharuga essentially.
No, he doesn't have 10 shadows.
It only got rid of the cursed tool.
He's exhausted his 10 shadows from the Gojo fight.
Right. But he still has a technique.
Yeah, he still has a technique, but he won't be able to tap into it, I don't think.
Maybe.
Because that was the whole purpose of, like that's like the one benefit we got out of the Gojo fight, was that he exhausted his 10 shadows.
Right.
Yeah. So I think they were good on the 10 shadows there.
Yeah. And but we see basically like they hop out and then they all get attacked, right? Like everyone who goes to jump Sukuna gets hit with like a
they're
slash.
Trying to stop. Well, I think that's in the newest chapter actually.
No. That was that chapter.
They're trying to stop him, and then because Yuji's like, don't let him be alone with Higuruma.
That's after, bro.
No, that's in the first chapter. In that chapter.
Yeah, in the first chapter. That's what I'm saying. So first they try to like attack him, and that's when the new shadow domain style, what's his name? The guy who taught Miwa uses a simple domain, and then Sukuna's like, "Oh, word! There's other people that can do this too." Yeah, you fucking hilarious, God. Started talking about it in the anime part. You're like, "Oh yeah."
I thought it was that.
No. So he says that,
whatever.
And then he blitz Chozo.
Yeah.
Fucking
through the fucking
just murks him out.
Yeah, he got ace.
And shut up, bro. Stop saying that. And then he fucking kicks the shit out of Higi. Yeah. And then we go into this chapter.
Well, hold on, because at the end of that chapter, he says how he's like, what is he? He's like fascinated by by Higi's potential.
Yeah.
Because Higi's like understanding of cursed energy
is crazy.
Is like it's on par of Gojo and Sukuna.
Yeah.
And this is like we've been saying how smart he is.
Yeah.
Because I was like putting him at like Megumi level, but he's even smarter than Megumi. Because
like he could be considered a special grade.
100%.
Because of his
if he's given the time to actually like learn.
Yeah.
And get experience.
Yeah.
100%. Like he could evolve to their level, right?
Yeah.
Because that like the way they were, I guess like what set Sukuna and Gojo apart from all the other special grades.
Yeah.
Was their understanding of cursed energy.
That's true.
Because like when they were doing their domain fight.
Yeah.
They were only able to like change their domain because of their understanding of
right.
Even use reverse curse technique and all that, right? So then like leaving off of that chapter, I was like, bro. Like, Higi's about to show us what his potential is and I bet he's going to die at the same time.
So then, this chapter, we see Higi stabs Sukuna in the hand. Sukuna
but
he cuts the hand off, like, quickly. And then he cuts off fucking Higi's hand.
Arm.
His arm. Both arms. Cuts off both arms. And in that same chapter where he's like, yo, this guy has so much potential, he learns reverse CT, regrows his arms, and then he's like, yo, like,
Sukuna was letting him, because Sukuna was like, I want to see what you can do.
See, I think,
which was actually kind of cool. He's like, yo, this guy's like, because like he's intrigued him enough to be like, no, let me like just try to do it. Let me just see if you can do it. And like, he was still like trying to fucking him up. He wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna like sit down and wait for you. He's like, nah, like this is it, like do or die. Like do it now or you're done.
I think if Gojo was in like the roles were reversed,
and Gojo was fighting Higi,
Gojo would let him. Like he would just let him.
No.
Yeah. Like Gojo had was so
cocky.
Was so cocky and so confident in himself that he would just let him show off his full potential. Whereas Sukuna like went through the grind and he knows how his potential could go, and he's like weary of it, and he's like, okay, no word, I can't let him go as far as he can go. I don't think it's like that.
I think it's actually the opposite.
What you think?
In terms of their personality and their characters, Sukuna was more of like a. Not like I don't want to say a kindred spirit, but somebody who like I don't know, like even like Kenpachi, like he kind of revels in the fighting because like
he
just does what he wants to do, right?
Yeah.
So part of that was just when he's fighting Higgy, because Higgy interested him.
Yeah.
He was like, I want to see where this goes.
Right.
Whereas Gojo is just like whatever job's given to him, like he'll do what, like if you're a threat to his friends and shit, he's gonna one shot you. Like when he's fighting Jogo, he fucking opened up his domain on Jogo instantly. He didn't give a fuck. Like Gojo's not like just fucking around. When he's like when shit goes down, like he's like, nah, I'm ending you.
Yeah, that's when shit goes down. That's what I'm saying.
But like, in this circumstance, shit's going down.
I guess
he wouldn't just let him like he wouldn't be like, let me see if you can do reverse curse technique.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe if they're on the same side. And he's like training Higgy, that's a totally different thing. But when you're on the opposing side, like he's not gonna give them that benefit because one, you had Toji, basically fucking like snipe that girl and kill Gojo. Like Gojo's felt vulnerable before.
Yeah.
He never wants to feel vulnerable again.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think he'd ever do that. Yeah, but that shit was, and then anyways, he does his reverse curse technique.
Yeah.
Which is like. Sure, like I agree. Like
do you?
Like I believe in Higgy.
Yeah,
like this is Higuruma supremacy, bro. Like that's what this is. And then
Himaruma. Anyways.
But he gives his judgment sword thing to Yuji.
Well, because he cuts off his hand and then Yuji grabs it and then Yuji's about to stab him.
Is that what happened?
That's where the chapter ends.
Because
he's like going like this, right? Like he's going like this, and then Sukuna's like, nah, peace. And then wait. We kind of skipped over some shit. Yuji pulls up on Sukuna. Sukuna's like, nah,
you ain't shit.
You ain't shit.
Like,
you
boring. The fuck down.
Like dismantle, and then he gets blown away.
Yeah.
Yuji gets blown away,
and he's like pieced up a little bit.
Yeah, you're like, yo, he's fucking he's donezo, right?
Yeah.
He gets blown away. Sukuna gets hit with a blood piercing, off-screen blood piercing, and then he's like, oh, yo, it's that older brother again.
Yeah.
Probably not. It's probably Yuji.
Maybe.
With the blood piercing.
Off screen.
Yeah, because it's off screen.
Yeah.
And then Yuji pulls up, and then
Higgy
like, you know, is going for the attack. Arm gets cut, and he grabs the judgment sword.
Like, but when he grabbed, to me, it didn't look like. At first look, you're like, yo, he grabbed the sword.
Yeah.
But what if he just used the technique?
No, I think he grabbed the sword.
The judgment technique.
I think he grabbed the sword.
No.
Yeah. Because
I guess considering like because it came from the domain.
Yeah, I think because he was in the domain as well, that he was able to hold the judgment sword because he was the one.
But wasn't he the one on trial?
No, it was Sukuna on trial.
No, because the way they put Sukuna on trial was they put Yuji on trial. Like they used the domain to target Yuji.
They said they were saying how it was like the wrongful, like it was a mistrial. But
Yuji got Yuji was the one on trial.
Yeah.
But Sukuna's the one that got convicted. Like that's how it went down. Because even though Yuji was the target, his judgment thing can differentiate between souls.
Yeah.
And Sukuna was the one who actually killed all those people.
Yeah, so I think
that's why he became the one who actually got like convicted for.
So whatever. I think because Yuji was in the domain, he was able to access the sword
and like pick it up.
Yeah, because he wasn't the one getting convicted. Like as long as you're not the person getting convicted, you can probably, put out judgment.
Okay, because I was gonna say like. You know how when they're doing their prep?
Yeah.
I thought maybe they would have done some like body hopping shit.
Where he can now do the judgment sword too?
Well, just so he could, pick it up. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that'd be crazy. That's what I thought. Yeah. I was thinking the other way. But now I think...
Because his judgment sword is a technique though.
Isn't it a technique that happens in the domain for you to execute the convicted person?
I don't think so though. Because his domain had already affected the cursed tool.
Right, so he just creates the sword.
That's what I thought he did.
So but the judgment sword is fucking one shot too.
No, but like if he had the sword, if that's a result of his domain, why did they already mention that the cursed tool had gotten, stopped or whatever they did with it?
Because I think it's probably like
I think the domain affected the cursed tool.
Yeah.
Then he pulled out his sword.
But I think the sword is conditional depending on
the domain.
On the domain.
Once the domain says like this is the guy.
This is the guy.
The sword comes out.
Because I don't think you can just if you could just pull it out willy nilly.
And that's probably why it makes it so strong.
Yeah, like because it's fucking one shotting everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I felt like when I read that part where, you know, he basically just dismantles Yuji.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, man, just the fact that he said that is gonna show that like Yuji's gonna be the one to really put him down.
Yeah. Because
I feel like it was just like really like it was like hammering that point in.
And the thing is, Sukuna's been so into interesting things. Like
and he's not into Yuji at all.
He's like, yo, you're so boring, right? And is that whole interesting boring thing that's gonna come back and bite him in the ass? Yeah. Which
I think is kind of cool. Like that's how you that's how you end this character.
Yeah.
If Sukuna's the one that dies.
I mean, we'll see. Knowing Geiji, if Sukuna's your favorite character, then he's dead. If it's Yuji's your favorite character, then he's dead. If anyone's your favorite character, they're dead. So
Sukuna's top 3 for me, I think.
Anyways, I don't think I have anything else to say. What about you?
Just for what comes next.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
So I think Yuji successfully hits him.
Okay. And what technique do you think he stops?
I think he pulls out Megumi. Because remember he was saying how he could...
With the sword?
Yeah. Just like I don't know, like slice him out or some shit.
I thought the sword was gonna lock down one of his techniques.
Was it? I think it'd be the 10 shadows if anything.
I think it's gonna pertain to a technique that Sukuna has, because 10 shadows is Megumi's technique.
Yeah.
That it's not gonna be able to touch.
So what I hope, like, because
so
the thing is,
it probably get rid of open or.
I hope it gets rid of dismantle and we see more of open, because we haven't seen open
at all.
Like him just like firing them bitches off would be crazy.
Yeah.
Considering they're all like fucking city level destructive capabilities.
Yeah.
Like that's wild in JJK.
Well, they wanted to cut off his domain.
Yeah.
That was their main goal, because if they get caught up in his domain, they're fine.
Yeah. No.
So,
and
because dismantle, they can at least try to dodge.
They can.
So
that was the other thing. Like, this is just a random thing now, right? On Twitter, people were like, "Yo, who would win in a fight? 15-finger, Yuji Sukuna,
yeah,
or Hercule from Dragon Ball Z."
Is it really like that?
I think it is really like that.
Hercule's strong, but Hercule's not that strong.
They're barely city level, bro.
Yeah, but Hercule's not even city level.
I mean, he tanked an attack from Cell and
bruh, get away, man. Shut up, man. Bro, Hercule's not doing any energy blast.
One dynamic entry from him, bro, is GG's.
Bro, his punches are hitting like they're not even breaking a wall.
Actually,
they probably are breaking a wall. But like
he's rolling.
He's not collapsing a building, bro.
He for sure is, bro.
No.
For sure, dude.
His destructive output's not there.
It's there.
It's not.
It's there, bro.
No.
It's there.
You can't. I can't. You do not have Hercule against.
Hercule for sure.
You don't.
Hercule for sure.
I don't believe you.
Anyways, where do you think it's gonna go?
Well, I think Sukuna beats Hercule first.
Okay, no, sure.
Yeah, no, I think they shut down his domain.
Yeah.
Because then that'll allow for a more open like hand-to-hand fight. Because now that you've shown us that he could tank his dismantle.
Yeah.
Domain was his only issue, because he doesn't know how to do simple domain or anything, and he would have got raped if he got hit by that. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like that light at the end of the tunnel for these guys.
I don't even think he can do his domain though. Like, he's probably way too exhausted, Sukuna, at this point. He should be at this point. He's been running through so many people.
Kind of, but no, because after the Gojo fight, he tapped back into his forearm self.
He killed Gojo, Hajime,
and now Higi,
Chozo, and Higi.
Yeah, but again, the fights that came after Gojo, he wasn't really exerting himself. You could say maybe the Hajime one, he exerted himself a bit, but like. Other than that, he hasn't. He's just been chilling. Mm-hmm. Like, he's been keeping up naturally, fighting all 3 of these guys at once.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
I think, and then we don't really know if he like restored his cursed energy with the tool. With the tool,
that'd be fucked.
We have no idea what the fuck happened with that tool, right?
That's true. And I don't think we're gonna get an explanation.
And we have that guy. Here's what I'm curious about. They brought Nanami's cursed tool.
Oh yeah.
It was like 7-1 or something.
Yeah. So his
I don't. But what does it do? Did they even?
No. So first of all, Nanami had that like sword or whatever it was, his like machete,
like whatever it is,
and it got imbued with Nanami's curse technique after his death.
Really? Okay.
That's what happened. I think that's what happened. And then so the guy who used it,
because even when Nanami had it, like, we didn't really know if it had a technique.
No, that was his own technique. That the seven split thing was his own technique.
But what was the tool for?
The tool was just like a cursed
It had no actual like.
I don't think so.
Technique or anything.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Right. And the overtime was another technique on top of that, or was overtime his technique?
I don't remember.
But then we saw because that guy was Nanami's student.
Yeah.
The guy who pulls up with the.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we honestly haven't seen him in action.
Yeah.
Since he got dogged on by Toji.
I feel like now that he pulled up, I feel like now that he pulled up with the Nanami's thing though, it's gotta do something like.
Nope, that was it.
No,
that was
you think so?
Like he pulled up, hit him.
It was just to show like, oh, Nanami's kind of back. Not
yeah,
really,
but not
though.
really. Yeah, like I killed him in the anime, but here's a little taste. Yeah.
I think he's gotta have something more coming with it.
I don't.
Because what if Yuji grabs that tool?
That'd be nice.
You think that I feel like that'd do something.
Maybe, but we'll see, right? Imbue the technique, imbue like the blade in blood or some shit, do some crazy shit, we'll see. I don't know. I think that's everything for me.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
all right, so that's the end of our pod. If you liked and agreed with anything we said, comment down below. Please like the video, comment, subscribe.
We have our 2023 movie
review coming out
end of the year thing
next week. We have our Twitter and TikTok in the description down below. And thank you guys for watching.
See ya.
Peace.